We are taking a recipe right off the menu there.
Yep.
An herb-crusted pickerel. And we're going to do that here. Yes, pickerel is so good.
I'm a big believer in you got to use whatever's close by.
Yes.
Right? And so it's indigenous to us. So you always use those types of fish. We don't fly things in, and we use whatever's local. So pickerel or a walleye, you can call it whatever you want.
Right.
Pickerel actually stands for pike-like. Believe it or not. That's how it breaks down. So
that's good.
That's what it comes down to. So we just do really simple food at the lake house. It's really straightforward. Today what we're going to do is a little bit healthier, say on a play on a fish and chips, because there's nothing against the English or the fish and chips. But sometimes when you get into like deep frying and things like that, you kind of mask the flavor of the fish.
No, that's perfect.
Right. So what we want to do is we want to just do like a triple kind of crust on this. We're going to do a little flour right on the skin. We're gonna go into some egg wash here, right?
Yes.
Now we're gonna create that kind of skin. But instead of going just plain straight up panko or breadcrumbs, we're gonna hit it with the salt. We're gonna hit it with pepper. And any chance we can get flavor put into this thing, we're going to use it. So a little bit of lime.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, nice.
Right, just some zest in there to kind of hide. And then when you're eating, you're like, oh, what's that little bit of magic? You might not even know, but hey, that was me. I did that. Right? And then we're going to hit it with a ton of herbs. And this is just chopped parsley, dill, basil, chives, basically anything you have in the garden. And not only is it going to make it taste really good, but it'll kind of give it a cool kind of look when you sear it off.
Yeah, it gives it a cool look. It gives it some crunch, and you're still tasting the fish, which I think is nice. That's the point, right? You don't just want to taste batter.
You got it. So Massimo, a little bit of olive oil in that sucker there.
Which one? The big one?
Nice.
The big one, please. And then, you know, it's not completely healthy fish and chips. We got
oil and butter. Why not?
The breadcrumbs makes it butter.
Remember what we said about good fats?
Right?
Get real.
Yeah.
Oh my.
Give it a shake. There we go.
Shake. So now, you know, the garden's growing, everything's good, we're in season, and all of a sudden you get all these great things out of there. Well, you got to utilize them.
Yes.
And I think people look at beets. I love beets in every aspect. I love the red ones, the pink ones, the candy canes, no matter what. But I think people always want to like shy away from them at home because they feel like they have to boil them. Well, they're kind of messy.
They're messy, and look at them. They look gnarly.
They're awesome. Like,
they do. They look like
absolutely stunning.
You know.
If the mess is a problem, then use the golden beet because it won't bleed, right?
Okay.
The red beet, yeah, it's a little bit messier, but just have some gloves or rinse it underwater real quickly, and away you go.
Get the
kids to do it. Yeah, you know, get them $5
They think that
or
stuff's
Minecraft
fun.
or
It's
whatever.
true.
Yeah, why are your fingers red? Mom made you cut the beets again, didn't she?
Right?
Wear gloves.
So Jason, you're just going to cut those into like matchsticks. We're almost not matchsticks, sorry, like into French fries kind of size.
Yeah,
so what we're going to do here is a quick application, something you could do at home. So you're going to sear. There's going to be 4 sides. You sear every side for like 2 minutes. 8 minutes later, you're actually enjoying a very nutritious, delicious beet.
Okay.
All right. And we're going to use the same application because you're going to be standing over the stove, and you're probably going to be enjoying some Chardonnay.
Absolutely.
Right. And you don't want to do that for 2 hours before dinner and boil the beet. You want to do it
Enjoy the Chardonnay for 2 hours. I'd be good with that.
Toss a little bit of olive oil on those suckers. Massimo, throw a little bit of rosemary in those too, please, if you don't mind. It's a touch.
It's a good way of rethinking your beets, though.
It really is.
Yeah, because you do have to use all those vegetables. As soon as you get them, you have to start using them.
And when they're in season, and you know what? You can actually do a raw beet salad, but this is just kind of like an in-between application. So you're going to get a little crust on the outside. It's going to be a little bit of bite in the inside, but it's also going to color it right up as well. Awesome, man. Give that a shake. And then you can pretend that you're really cooking at home. You get the pan going, you know, you can shake it around.
Oh my God, it's so hard.
And now you really need that Chardonnay because it's starting to get hot and sweat. Massimo, you did the money shot. Look at how golden that fish looks right there, right?
Nice.
Beautiful. You go like one step further, and you actually bring the brown butter down.
Baste it up.
And you want to baste it up a little bit. You know, if you really want to get aggressive and crazy, just drop a bit more butter in there.
Okay.
What is going to go on here? Like the steakhouses have all the fun when they do this with the tenderloins, but you can do this with your pickerel for sure.
Of course you can.
Right?
That's lovely.
So when you're pan frying everything, these take about, you said what, 8 minutes per side?
About 8 minutes. You want about 2 minutes per side and turn, right?
Okay.
And basically what you're looking for is that crispiness on the outside, a little bit of tender in the middle, but you want that beautiful beet flavor to come through. A little bit of caramelization.
And they have nice sugar in beets too, right? So that caramelizes really well, right?
Very true, right? And you'll even notice the red beets aren't bleeding into the yellow ones, which are kind of cool, right? And then what we're going to do is we're going to stack it up. I did make an aioli over here. And
Okay.
if you want to see this, this is basically capers, lemon. You could do yogurt if you really want to do that diet, or a little bit of mayonnaise. You want to go back to your hands?
Absolutely.
I know you're the caper guy. And then once
I'm the
again,
mayonnaise guy.
I mirrored.
Is that what you guys use for plates these days?
That's what we do in the kitchen, right? What's up? How you
Chef
doing?
thing.
Right?
Fantastic.
And all we did was we mirrored all the same herbs in the fish as the aioli.
Okay.
And really
Absolutely.
simple. You don't want to go too heavy on it. Just give it a little douse.
So
And
this would
then
be sort of like a much healthier tartar sauce, right?
it would be a very healthy tartar sauce, especially if
I
you
like
want
your little
substitution, right?
substitutions.
You can kind of
I love
choose your own
yogurt. It gives
adventure.
a tang too, right?
So do I.
And then you can kind of feel better about like eating it right out of the jar.
I don't think you have a problem with eating mayonnaise out of the jar.
Look at that.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then when the beets are done, you can kind of stack them up, make it look really cool like a Rubik's Cube. A little bit of sprouts, and then char some lime, and just give it a little bit of lime.
That's beautiful. That is so good. I think also people sometimes get bored when you want to have a lot of fish in your diet, and this is a nice way to change it up. That's a fantastic way to make it.